HighBridge Audio presents Religion and Science by Bertrand Russell, read by David Case.
Religion and Science was first published in 1935, when Bertrand Russell was 63 years old. Remarkably, it represents just the midpoint of Russell's long literary career, which spanned 75 years, until he was 98 years old. Approximately half of the more than 60 books he wrote were written after the publication of Religion and Science. Religion and Science continued an argument which had concerned Russell for most of his life. Russell saw the conflict between religion and science as a conflict between religious authority and scientific observation. Religion claims to embody eternal truths, whereas science starts not from large assumptions, but from particular facts discovered by observation and experiment. He concluded that human welfare is increased by the discovery of scientific truths, and that it is in the interest of the community that such truths should be freely promulgated. To the European intellectual community of the 1930s, threatened by the rise of totalitarianism, the publication of Religion and Science meant the invocation of free thought itself. And now, Religion and Science by Bertrand Russell. First chapter. Grounds of Conflict. Religion and science are two aspects of life, of which the former has been important as far back as we know anything of our human mental history, while the latter, after a fitful, flickering existence among the Greeks and Arabs, suddenly sprang into importance in the 16th century, and has ever since increasingly moulded both the ideas and the institutions among which we live. In what follows, we shall not be concerned with science in general, or with religion in general, but with those points where they have come into conflict in the past, or still do so in the present time. These conflicts have been of two kinds. Sometimes they concern religious assertions refuted by scientific observation, which cause difficulty for those who believe. When these assertions have no inherent religious importance, it is not difficult to explain them away, or to avoid controversy. There is, however, a deeper conflict when science controverts some important dogma, or some philosophical doctrine which theologians believe essential to orthodoxy. The disagreements between religion and science were, at first, of the former sort, but gradually became more and more concerned with matters which were considered a vital part of religious teaching. The way in which science arrives at its beliefs is quite different from that of theology. Science starts not from large assumptions, but from particular facts discovered by observation or experiment. From a number of such facts, a general rule is arrived at. This rule is not positively asserted, but is accepted, to begin with, as a working hypothesis. If it is correct, certain hitherto unobserved phenomena will take place in certain circumstances. If it is found that they do take place, that so far confirms the hypothesis. If they do not, the hypothesis must be discarded, and a new one must be invented. However many facts are found to fit the hypothesis, that does not make it certain, although in the end it may come to be thought in a high degree probable. In that case, it is called a theory rather than a hypothesis. A number of different theories, each built directly upon facts, may become the basis for a new and more general hypothesis, from which, if true, they all follow. And to this process of generalization, no limit can be set. Science is always tentative, expecting that modifications in its present theories will sooner or later be found necessary, and aware that its method is one which is logically incapable of arriving at a complete and final demonstration. But in an advanced science, the changes needed are generally only such as serve